Hi, right, let's come out of InDesign for a moment because I need a second image for this page. Now, what I've done is I've gone onto Pexels. Remember that was one of the free websites, and I found an image called Broken Guitar, and I have downloaded that. So here I am, free download. Gonna get myself that um, image. I'm going to find it on my computer. I'm going to rename it because it's just best for me to rename this guy and call it Smash Guitar. And where should it live? It should live on my OneDrive. So I'm going to put it in that same folder, Neon Issue 9, that I'm putting everything else in. Keep everything in the same place, people. At least I thought I was going to. Why is it not copied over? Control C, Neon Issue 9, Control V. Hooray! Right, let's come back to InDesign and let's zoom out. Okay, got this image here. Going to replace that image by going File and Place, finding Smash Guitar, and there it is. For some reason, it's gone in a really weird position. Not too worried about that. I'll just go to Fitting and Fill Frame Proportionally. And what I want to experiment with is like a full page image, right? Going right the way, all the way up to the back. So I'm going to start by massively increasing the size of my frame so it covers everything. Now, the eagle-eyed amongst you may have noticed that that has just pushed all the text everywhere. Why is that happening? Help! We know why that's happening. It's because there's a text wrap on this image pushing any text away from it. So if I click back on no text wrap, it'll be okay. And then remember, once I've increased the frame, I've still got to scale that image to fit it. So I've got to go to Fill Frame, Proportionately. Got myself a full page image. Still can't see anything. Those of you who are smart will probably have already figured out that that's because it's sitting on top of stuff. So a right click and arrange and ascend to the back will sort that. And then a little lock it down. But before I lock it down, I'm a bit worried about legibility again. Black text, complicated, complicated, complicated. I've got some ideas actually, which I think are cool and are different to the example I came up with. Should I do them though? I don't know. Hmm. Yes. Yes, I feel I am going to teach you some extra advanced stuff. So let's lock down Smash Guitar for the moment. Okay, cool. So this makes like a nice spread with like a huge, big, fat image on it. It looks pretty cool, but there's some issues with legibility of text. Okay, what we're going to do now is we are going to I'm going to show you how to increase or decrease the amount of columns. And I'm going to start by selecting this right-hand body text. And you'll see at the bottom of properties, you've got text frame. And this is currently set up to 2 columns with a 5mm gap. I'm going to go down to a 1 column. The reason I'm doing that is because I'm then going to click and drag and send this all the way over there. So that's good, right? Because that's just about legible in that space. I've got a couple of ideas to fully get the legibility sorted, but good, good, good. Now here's what I want to do because I'm feeling a little bit jazzy. Do you know what? I'm going to come on the right hand side here. I'm going to delete that. And I'm going to draw myself a new text frame up here. So I click on the type tool and I click and I drag it down. And I've got to link these columns. I've got to take that big red plus button that can be found here, click on it, and link these guys. Okay, so what I'm doing is I'm basically sort of custom building like a layout, but I've got this idea that it'd look nice if the text kind of followed the line of that guitar. That's the idea I've had that I could end up regretting. Who knows? So how can I do that? Well, There's a few little tools and tricks. What we need to do is change the shape down here of this, and I can show you the easiest and quickest way to do that. We're going to need our pen tool here, and I'm going to click on the edge just here to make an extra what's called an anchor point. Now, if you look very closely, you'll see that there is a plus symbol next to this little pen tool icon, and that means it's going to add an anchor point. If I'm hovering over here, it's going to create a new one. I need it to actually add an anchor point to this box. So I've done that now. And then I'm going to take this direct selection tool. It's the white arrow. And the white arrow allows us to select just one anchor point. Now the key thing is to click off the selected box and then come back over to it. And that has selected just this point in the corner. And look at this. I can get myself a nice little custom shaped text box, which I think looks really nice. So because that process is a little bit more complicated, I'm going to go over it all again. So what I did was I got the pen tool, I hovered carefully over here until I could see the plus icon, and then I got my direct selection tool. Now here's a key bit. Click off that box because that box has already got all the anchor points selected. And if I try to move it now, it'll just move everything. Click off it, and then get that little one anchor point in the bottom right hand corner and drag it up here. Looks nice, right? Like, I am actually genuinely pretty happy with how that looks. I know there's probably still some issues with legibility, but I will address that. I will address that. Trust me. Just need you to trust me. So let's once again take the same sort of approach with the other side. Notice I've got this image credit here, which I'm going to have to rethink where it lives, but that's okay. I'll chuck it up there for now. I don't really care. I don't really care. I can come back to that. I can even stick it off the page for the moment, as long as I don't forget about it. So once again, using my beautiful text type tool here, I'll draw myself a box, and going down and finding where this ends, that red button that allows me to link, I can link that up there. Great. And I might do the same thing here. You know what? I'm just going to keep it simple. Just do that. And I'm going to get my text tool here, and I'm going to draw one last box running down here. And I'm going to hit my plus, and I'm going to link that. And that is actually a pretty nice layout. I've got to think about this pull quote and my text credit, which I've dumped nowhere. But I've still got a few concerns about the legibility, and the main problem is black text on an image. And a couple of different ways I could try and solve a problem like this. I think the way I'm going to go for it is I'm going to come back on my layers to my Smash Guitar. I'm going to unlock it and select it by clicking on this little box. And I'm going to get those effects window, if I've still got it open. I'm just going to bring the opacity down. Yeah, that's pretty legible now at about 72%. Let's just check that one more time. I like that. I'm feeling it. I'm feeling that, man. Great. So I'll lock that Smash Guitar back down again so it doesn't move. And we've now got, I would say we're about 90% there with this. A couple of things we can change still, mainly around pull quotes and whatnot. But that'll do for now, man. Okay, in next video, we'll do those final touches.